Good morning, children. Today we will study the next chapter of the science, that is chapter number 9, the living organisms and characteristics and their habitats. So as the name suggests, that living organism. Now what are living organisms? Organisms which can grow, which can reproduce, which can respond to stimuli, which are made up of cells. These are known as the living organisms. So here in this chapter we will discuss about the characteristics and the habitat of different organisms. Do you know there are around about 19 millions of organisms living on our earth. These living organisms included plants, animals, insects, reptiles, fishes, birds, everything. Okay, and out of this we will find that round about 11 millions of living organisms are animal and 8 millions are plants and their species. So in this chapter we will discuss about the organism. Now organisms are the living creatures. Like we are living organisms, reptiles are living organisms, dog, cat, lion, tiger, insects, beetles, birds, even the snakes, everyone is a living organism. Living means one who can grow, one who can reproduce, one who can do the life processes like respiration, digestion, excretion, transportation. Okay, and they are able to respond to stimulus. That means if someone is saying to us, we are responding, we are giving answer, we are hearing, we will reacting. Okay, so that is the property of a living organism. By these properties, by these characters, we can recognize the following thing is a living thing or a non-living thing. It includes trees, plants, insects, animals. That means many more things, even the viruses also, bacteria, germs, all these are in the category of living organisms. Now the next one is the habitat. When you see in your surrounding, like we live in a home, where we make our home, the place which is comfortable to us so that we can easily go to the market, our school are nearby to our home, and we get every facility of bank, vegetables, marts and everything. Okay, so mostly we make the house where we can easily connect to the cities, where we can easily fulfill our needs. So habitat of ours is that we are living in this area, in this urban area, in this metropolitan cities or in the rural area where we get the facilities. Similarly, the animals, where do the animals live? Animals need food, water, air and shelter and some other needs also. So where they get all these things, that means food, shelter, air, water, that animals will live there. Suppose if insects get a food in a ground, they get water there, they get in other insects also they get the food, they get the shelter, that insects will easily survive. So that means habitat is the dwelling place, or you can say in the simple word is the home, the place where organisms live, where they get the food, water, shelter and other things. So that is known as the habitat. So in the simple word we can say the place where organisms live is called the habitat, or it's a home or the dwelling place of an organism. But where he or where the organism make home, where they get the basic things like food, water, shelter, air. Okay, so that is the habitat. So the habitat of lion is a jungle, the habitat of a snake is a hole, the habitat of particular deer is a forest, the habitat of polar bear is the polar region. So these are the habitats where they can be live there. Next is the adaptation. Now what is adaptation? Adaptation means to cope up with the surrounding, to adjust yourself with the surrounding. But when we say we are adjusting according to the environment, according to the surrounding, that needs some features. That special features should be exist in the organism so that they can be adapt. So adaptation is a special feature or a specific feature, or you can say in the simple word is a habit that enables the organism to live naturally. Okay, that means they get that feature by birth. They get that feature, that habitat by birth or by the nature. Okay, so that they can be adjust themselves. Suppose butterfly is having a wings to fly. Okay, a lion having a sharp teeth so that they can kill the prey. So these are the adaptations. Fish having a scales, fish having a fins, fish having a gills to breathe, to swim in a water, to stay in a water. So that are the special features which are existing. Similarly, we having the fingers, okay, by which we can just cut anything, we can make anything, we can do any hand skills. Okay, so we having the legs so that we can be walk, and our hands and our feet are formed like this so that we can do our daily activities. So these are the special features. So these are the, we can say these are the adaptations. So the adaptation of any organism, those animals which are living in the jungle, those animals are living in the grassland, desert, like this. If we consider the camel having the adaptation of having a long limb so that they can be stay in the heat, they can walk on a sand. Okay, similarly the leaves, the cactus which you find in the Rajasthan, in the desert area, they have a spines. Okay, and the leaves are very small so that they can be exist with the heat, because there is a lack of water, there is a scarcity of the water, and due to this they have to stay there. And when they want to stay there, so they need a water. So they evaporate less water, or with the less water they can easily survive. So that is the feature of the cactus. So that is the adaptation of cactus to live in the desert area. So every organism is having some adaptations to live naturally in that area. Next, move on the habitats. As the name suggests, habitat is a dwelling place where we live. Okay, where the organisms live. So that is the habitat. The first is the terrestrial habitat, second is the aquatic habitats. There are two main habitats. First one is the terrestrial, second one is the aquatic. It is categorized like this. Terrestrial habitat means the organism included plants and animals both live on a land. Okay, we are also terrestrial. We are also on a terrestrial habitat. We live on the terrestrial habitat. That means the organisms which are living on the land. Living organisms like plants, animals. Okay, it includes forest, desert, grassland, mountains, coastal area. Okay, all this included in the terrestrial habitat. On the other hand, aquatic habitat means organisms living in a water. Okay, like we are not living in a water, so that the organism like fish, like lotus, like some water snakes, crocodile, all these are the aquatic habitat. That means they live in a water. Some of the plants also like the water hyacinth, lotus, lily, water lily, all these are the aquatic habitat. They are all having an aquatic habitat. So habitats are categorized into two categories: terrestrial habitat and the aquatic habitat. Terrestrial habitats are those habitats where we find a living organism like plants and animals living on the land. So there are lots of terrestrial habitats like the forest, grassland, mountain, coastal habitats. Similarly, aquatic habitats are those habitats where the organisms are living in a water. Okay, so that is lake, river, ocean, sea. Clear? Now, next is we are living things, but direct or indirect way we are depends on the non-living things, because the food we get by the plants. Plants are living things, but how the plants are preparing their food? Okay, they need air, water, sunlight, okay, and everything they get from the nature, by which the plants are able to do the process of photosynthesis and prepare their food. Okay, similarly, other animals also, those who are living in the jungle, in our nearby, they are also directly indirectly depend on the nature. So the biotic components and the abiotic components, there are the two components in the nature. One is the biotic, second one is the abiotic component. Biotic components are the living organisms like plants and animals, those who are living in their habitat. These are known as the biotic components. And abiotic components are the non-living thing components in the habitat. Now what are the non-living thing components in our habitat? Like you can